Right Hook Pod in 3, 2, 1. What up, what up, what up? We back. We back. Episode 9 of the Right Hook Pod. It's your boy. You know who I am. Sniper. The Sniper. With my boy Hebrew Hammer. Jake the Snake. What's
Sir.
going on, my guy? What's going on?
What's up, baby? It feels like it's been a while, but it ain't been too long.
It ain't been too long, you know what I mean? And given the real quick, given the last card, I feel like we gotta hop back on, and we gotta talk about a lot of things that we discussed off air, and yeah. So we're coming up on UFC 293. You know what I mean? O'Malley versus Aljamain Sterling, and this is an exciting fight. I think it's a very exciting fight. However, I just been thinking how exciting this fight is. We're creeping up. We're creeping up to UFC 3 bills. UFC 300. You know what I mean? 300 pay-per-views of just absolute debauchery, fucking barbarian antics. You know
Absolute
what I mean?
madness.
Madness, bro. Psychopaths going at it. We've had highs, we've had lows, and holy, bro. So I just been thinking, man. We're coming up UFC 300. I'm just thinking, like, what do you want to see for UFC 300? You know what I mean? Like, this is the 300th pay-per-view in UFC history. That's a milestone kind of event, and I just wanted to pick your brain to see where you're coming with this. How you feeling about this?
3 bills, man. Like you said, I'm excited. I've been a UFC junkie for a long time. I've loved this sport, and now in my opinion, it's the greatest sport on earth. The most exciting sport by far.
My favorite.
You don't.
Definitely my favorite.
What other sport are you? I love football too. You watch football and it's play by play, and you get excited in some plays, it's splash plays, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got two people that walk in the octagon, it's just that feeling is like no other. So when you're approaching 3 bills, 300 UFC fights, Uncle Dana gonna do it, bro. Uncle Dana gonna kill it. So
Yes, sir.
and I was kind of thinking like, yo, who would be on it though?
Who would be on it? You know what I mean? Man, there's so many fighters that are so exciting to watch, and then there's fighters who are technical, and I guess it depends on you as a viewer, you as a fan watching UFC, enjoying UFC. I guess is just like what makes you tick, what makes you interested, you know what I mean? Like, what type of fight do you find the most interesting? Do you like a technical battle? Do you like the grappling aspect of it? Do you like the jiu-jitsu? Do you like just straight off brawl? You know what I mean? And I guess it's different when it comes to what you like. So please drop a comment. Tell me who you guys think should fight in UFC 300. But there's just one particular fight, man. Well, I'm tore up between two, right? Because we got a lot of title fights coming up. We got a lot of big announcements that just dropped. You know what I mean? Especially to close out the year. And when I think UFC 300 happening, I believe in April, I just think of all the fighters that I don't know, that deserve.
I was about to say you have to deserve. You got to deserve to be on UFC 300.
Yeah, man.
It has to be earned. It can't just be like, man. Of course, if you got two exciting guys, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be like you got to have at least 2 title fights. I feel like you got to be like one fight away from the title. There has to be some fight in there that's like a history fight.
Yes, sir.
Fight. Like a lot goes into it, and I'm really interested. I got a couple picks, but
Right.
I'm really interested to see what Dana does with it.
Right. I agree. And just I've been stuck on 2 fights that I feel like would headline the fuck out of UFC 300. One of them being Moreno Pantoja 3. That I feel like timeline wise couldn't happen. And then we already know the history between the two, and we saw the war that happened last. You know what I mean? So
Fight of the year, maybe.
yeah. So I'm just thinking that's definitely a fight that can happen timeline wise, and then that's definitely something I want to see. I'm also tripped up because what about Volkanovski Topuria? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Alex defending against the first time he's ever defended against an undefeated fighter, I believe.
you get me excited. Listen, yo, you get me excited.
Bro, come on,
I,
dog. That's what I'm saying.
I got a few. I can't wait for you to hear these fights, man.
Let's hear it.
So
Let's,
when I'm thinking about UFC 300, four fights came to mind, right? And
hmm
they got to be fan favorites. Like I said, there has to be fighters that one deserve it, and also fighters like fights that everyone wants to see.
Yes, sir. Of course.
So
Absolutely.
I got four for you. So
Okay.
I'll start with the first one. Who's gonna open up the card, right? I got my boy Fazeev. I got my boy Fazeev fighting Dustin Poirier.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Bloodbath.
Yo,
Blood. And
that out.
yo,
What else will start up a UFC 300? I mean,
listen.
it's gonna be a striking battle. It'll almost be that Justin Gaethje BMF kind of fight, but a lot on the line. Fazeev beats Poirier. He might be one fight away from the title.
It's possible.
That's my first one. Now
Okay.
listen, give me some time. This shit's starting to heat up now.
Yes,
Starting to
sir.
heat up.
Man, talk to me, man. Talk to me. What's
Second one.
up?
Ready? Kamaru versus Hamzat.
Holy. Oh my God.
I'm talking about. We gotta blow the roof off of it, bro.
Yeah,
If we're gonna do it, we gotta shut down a city.
that's an electric fight, man.
That's
Holy.
electric right there. Again, to a fight that could make a title fight.
Yeah, it's just two grapplers, and we all know how both of these fighters get at it, right?
Yep.
We all know how they move, and yeah, man, that's gonna be a scary fight for I think both of those fighters, and it's make or break for both of them if that happens. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And then
It's
two title fights. Gotta
okay.
be
Let's
gotta
hear
be
it.
title fights. And it's gotta start off with the GOAT, the pound for pound number one, Volk, going back up, fighting Islam
Mm,
for the double strap. Now,
double strap.
I only want you to comment on that, right? Hold on.
Uh-huh.
So double strap, right? Volk goes up to a double strap. Main
Uh-huh.
another double strap.
Oh my God.
Izzy goes up, fights Poton.
Beats him in light heavyweight.
What?
Beats him in light heavyweight for double strap.
Wait, two city kickboxers, double strapped up, UFC 300. You can't make a better card than that.
City kickboxing up. You are
City kickboxing all the way.
up. I would not be mad to see that.
That's legacy fights right there, man. Those are fights that really get me excited. Every single one of them could be a main event. And when I was thinking about UFC 300 and fights that, maybe the timelines don't exactly match up, but fights that could happen and do make sense, man, that's like, it don't get better than that.
Oh, 100%, man. 100%. And, bro, let me tell you something. If that card gets announced, I don't know what I would do. I jump on my
It's like, but the only problem with that card is like, what other cards do you make after that? Like,
yeah, it's more like, and it'll happen in the beginning and in the middle of the year. So it's kind of like, shit, we got another 6 months to kind of like feed the public.
But the good thing, man, you got two boys from City Kickboxing, and they like to fight. So another 3-4 months after that, them boys are gonna be ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Especially for those two, man. Two champ fights for the 300 for the
That'd
3 bills, baby.
Wild. That'd be fucking wild for UFC 3 bills. And then imagine if they did it.
That would put UFC on another planet.
This should explode, bro. Actually, now that you say that, you done set a whole card. Now I'm thinking, what's my dream card? What would be my most favorite card that has ever been announced to me since my UFC fandom? And
are we talking about just fighters that like are fighting right now? Are we talking about like anybody, past fighters?
I'm thinking, whatever, bro.
Ever.
Retired, coming back,
Make
prime
it-
fighters. I'm talking about all of them, man. And now you gotta give me a little bit to think about it. While I think about it, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy the rest of the pod. This is The Right Hook. Welcome back. It's The Right Hook pod. You know who it is. You know who's on with you. You know what I mean? And I was saying something about a dream card, and I think I got my dream card mapped out.
Let's
Right?
hear it.
So just listen to this. Listen to me real quick. If you agree, hit that like. If you don't agree, fuck you. It's what I like. You know what I mean? So it's for the opener, right? Let's say my dream card ever. The opener. Rose Namajunas moves up and fights Macy Barber. Two motherfucking beasts of women. And Macy's been looking great lately. You know what I mean? And she's been going for finishes, and she got her last one. And I just feel like she's on this pathway where it's going to be a lot more violent, a lot more brutal. And we all know how Thug moves. We all know how Rose moves. You know what I mean? She's been a dog. She's been gangster.
She's the female headshot dead.
Yeah, headshot dead. I don't like how we talk about it, but it's true. It happened, and real shit. You know what I mean? And always been a fan of Thug, so that's definitely the opening card for the opening fight for my dream card. Next, we got Kai Kara-France versus Brandon Royval.
I can't wait for him to come back.
Bro, listen. If these two fighters ever go at it, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be the flyweights BMF to me, at least, because these two are dogs. You don't know Brandon Royval, look him up. You don't know Kai Kara-France, look him up. Two electric motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Then we got Max Holloway, right, versus Conor McGregor.
Has to be. I'm so glad. As soon as you said Max Holloway, say it.
I mean, please say the Notorious. But yeah, man, for a dream card, for a card that you like, you wake up and then you scroll through your timeline and then you see that announced, throw on my phone. I'll go buy that one.
Right. In the primes, obviously, they fought before, but Max was young coming up. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
of course, Max Holloway in his prime, like when he was boxing up Calvin Kattar.
Fights, the majority of them were on the ground, and this fight's not touched the ground.
I would really think about stopping this if I'm her and the coaches.
He points out your DC. He's even listening to the commentary team.
The best boxer you see, baby. Right hand. Touch Holloway there.
Oh my
He
God.
landed a no look right hand.
Yeah, I mean,
like run it back.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Run it fucking back. The
Love
next fight after that, we got Prime Anderson Silva versus Israel Adesanya. Right? Because we know they fought before, obviously, but Silva, he had about 1.5 feet out the door already. You kind of knew he was the older fighter. Izzy is fucking young, strapping, brand new champ. He's just, you know, I don't know, man. It was a nice fight to see, but seeing them go at it while Silva was at his prime, that would be crazy to watch. And just to see like Izzy get challenged a bit more and stuff like that, just to see what that brings out of him. Holy.
Listen, I'm a huge Izzy fan, man, and when you started talking about dream fights, my head could only go to one space.
Yeah,
and
I hear you, man.
Like immediately, that's the fight I wanted. The more I think about it, as much as I love Izzy, I don't know how that fight goes.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because the finishes that Anderson Silva had, but man, to see them two stand across from the octagon from each other, man, and that would be absolutely electrifying.
Just fucking two planets just fucking colliding against each other, bro. That's man. Prime Silva versus Izzy, that would be a treat and a half. So for the co-main event, the co-main event, I would have Tom Aspinall, just because that's my guy. I might be fast-tracking him a bit, but fuck it. Tom Aspinall versus Yuri Prochazka.
Okay.
Yeah, because Yuri is a specimen. That's just
Super disrespectful to put him above Izzy versus.
yeah. I just listen.
That was super disrespectful. We ain't gonna
Listen, man.
buy that like you just did that.
I had about 30 seconds to come up with it. This is what I came up with. Fuck you.
This might be flipped some type of way.
Whatever.
Fight, but definitely not before Izzy and Anderson Silva.
Yeah, or yeah. You're not wrong. Fuck you. This is my show now. Yeah, so Aspinall versus Prohaska, that's gonna be another one. Aspinall just loves to try and finish in the first round.
Oh, yeah.
And Yuri loves to, find a way through adversity, and he always does. And it's just gonna be two fighters who just love to fight and fucking craziness.
Oh yeah. Someone's getting put to sleep for sure.
Main event.
Woo!
Right? Main event.
Fellas.
Gaethje Fiziev 2.
Who was it?
Gaethje Fiziev 2.
Oh my god. Main event would be wicked.
Mike Ryan, welcome back, baby. Welcome back.
Fellas, what's going on? Listen, my phone is on 9%. I'm here. Let's talk. What are we doing? It's been a crazy night, but we're here.
Listen, we here. We here, and we were just talking about. All right, you got 9%. So give us your dream main event.
All right. Well, I actually have my 5. I have my 5 fights. Is that cool if I run through those?
Run through them, baby.
Talk it.
All right, let's get it. All right, am I still here? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
We can hear you. We just
All right.
can't see you, but it is what it is.
All right, now here we go. So to open it up, I have Patty the Batty versus Ilia Topuria.
Okay.
Oh,
I feel like that'd be some shit. Then the next fight to follow, Kai Kara France versus Brandon Moreno. I think that'd be 2, right? Isn't that the second time they fought?
Yeah, it'll be a second time. You know what I mean? The first
All right.
time,
Yeah.
So then in the middle of it, you know what I'm going with. You know I'm going Hamzat and Gilbert Burns too.
Holy. Yeah,
Now
that's
listen,
a good one.
And then obviously it's not going to happen. But I have the co-main event, Volkanovski versus Islam again. I need to see that. I need to see it. And then I finished it off. I don't know if you guys already went through yours, so I'm sorry if you did. John Jones versus Francis Ngannou. You got to have it.
Oh,
love that.
Okay, that's not a bad card, kid.
You gotta have it.
There's some similarities between yours and Jake's a little bit.
Shit, Jake, let me hear yours, kid. Let me hear yours.
I threw it out there already, so everyone who's listening, it's gonna be a second time for you. But
No, it's all good. I apologize.
we were close, man. We had some similar fighters. So my first was Fiziev versus Dustin. That was my first fight. Then I had Kamaru versus Chimaev.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I like that.
I had 4 fights, and then I had double champ status, Volk going back up, beating Islam.
Yep.
And then another double champ, Izzy moving up, beating Potan. 2 double champs one night.
Hell yeah. That's a realistic and that's a fire card. I like that. Did you go through yours or no?
Say that again?
Did you run through yours?
Type shit, yeah. So I was saying how let's say Namajunas moves up and fights Macy Barber.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we got Kai Kara France versus Brandon Royval.
I like that.
You know what I mean? We got Max Holloway versus Conor McGregor.
Oh my lord! How about the promo on that one? That would be.
Oh, that'd be, bro. I might fucking download it as an MP3 and play it.
That's gonna be. Listen, that will be Jake's anthem for the next 10 years. Babe, I can't talk right now. I got Conor McGregor and Holloway going on.
He's playing it while he hits a PR on the squat rack. Wild,
bro. Listen, all you're gonna see on Jake's TV for the next fucking 25 years, bro. Love that. All right, go ahead, Snipe.
Show you highlights.
So I got Prime Silva versus Izzy 2.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Wait.
Prime Silva.
Okay.
They fought already. But Silva had one foot out the door. I'm talking Prime champion is Silva versus Izzy.
I like that. Listen, you guys have some bangers.
We got Tom Aspinall versus Yuri Prohaska. Might be moving Tom up, but fuck it, that's my boy.
I like that.
And then main event, I got Gaethje Fiziev too.
Yeah, I would love to see. I would love to see. I would love to see a more mature, maybe a more seasoned Fiziev going into that fight.
We need someone. We need Fiziev. Like, we need that. He needs to just. He's an already mature fighter. He's been in the game for so long. We just
let
need
him
5-round champion Fiziev to come out. And I think when he gets that cardio base, because of the amount of combos he throws, once he gets that cardio locked down and really dialed in, and he can go and do that consistently through 5 rounds, there is no one. I mean, no one that can Fiziev.
He's lethal, man. He's lethal in ways that I haven't really seen many fighters be lethal in. Just yeah, 100%.
I agree. Fucking even that last fight with Gaethje, like like you said, the maturity wasn't there to an extent, but the fact that he can even just last that long,
even he could stand with somebody at the caliber of Gaethje is crazy, right? Because how many fights did he fight prior to fighting Gaethje? Like, what was that? His 3rd UFC fight?
It might have been his 4th or 5th.
Right. Like that just goes to show that dude is going to be a problem.
Which is exactly, because 4 or 5 fights in the UFC, you already fighting Justin Gaethje. That's
100%.
So listen, we discussed our dreams, we discussed our hopes and dreams, and hopefully one day those dreams become reality. But we got a couple questions. One in particular for the good old baldy Uncle Dana.
We do.
When we come back, we're going to have to talk about that one particular question. Stick around for it. It's the Right Hook Pod. What up? Welcome back. You already know who it is. My boy Mike Ryan got to join us.
Let's go.
Finally, welcome back to this motherfucker, man. And you know who's on the bottom.
Let's
a
go.
Little fuck over there. We know who that is. You know what I mean?
And, how is he still here, bro? I can't believe he's still here.
I don't know. I gave him a noogie last week. He just seems to keep coming back.
I love it. That's my guy right there.
So listen. Good old question for Uncle Dana. And Mike, I think this is a question that you had brought up, and this is a very, very valid question. So if you don't know, back in the days, the UFC, all these fighters got to have whatever sponsor they want on their shorts. I'm talking fucking, we got Echo Unlimited.
Jimmy John's, Nike.
We got fucking Slim Jim beef sticks. Pause. That's 2 in a row. But anyways, back to the content.
Tap out. Yo, tap out was
Tap out. We got we got a fuck ton of sponsors just everywhere on the shorts. And I personally liked it. And then Uncle Dana said, no, we got fucking, what is it? Fucking Reebok or
Venom? Was that Venom. Like a branch of Reebok though?
Venom. Nope. Who fucking knows, dude? The fucking
they tried hyping up those night blue uniforms. Fuck off.
Fuck.
Venom's fire.
Off, bro.
Listen, it's fire, but it's corny.
Listen. So I guess that's the question, right?
Yeah.
Should they bring back the sponsors on the shorts?
Well, I guess since I brought the question, I guess let me just say this, right? I feel like 100%. And if you're against it, then you're just against putting money in fighters' pockets. I mean, if you look at it, Dana, we love the UFC, we love everything that it stands for, but Dana's notorious for just holding money out on these fighters. And why not let OnlyFans give them $10,000 to wear during a fight? Or why not have fucking, these, I don't know. 100%. I just don't understand what Dana's process is behind it. Why? It's almost like why is it still illegal in other states? Because they can't tax it yet, right? Dana can't make money off of it, so he's not allowing it, even though he's fucking hanging out with the Nelk boys, giving them $250,000 for their birthday. It just drives me insane, bro. I don't like it. I don't understand why. It's so funny because, and I'll stop after. I think it's so funny. Jake Paul calls him out, and Dana's so silent about it. That's why I like Jake Paul and what he stands for. So to answer your question, the fucking sponsors need to be. I don't understand why they haven't.
Jake Paul, bro. Jake Paul's team. You like Jake Paul, and we're talking about sponsors real quick. I watched the pod today, with Logan Paul and Jake Paul, and they sent out a notice to Logan Paul, Jake's team. So his brother's team sent out a notice to Logan Paul that he could not wear or bring any Prime shirts, T-shirts, bottle, anything. If he had anything Prime on, he would not be able to attend his own brother's fight. And that's something that Jake and his team set up.
Yeah, Jake's a real one, and to kind of bounce. Logan's not good to him, bro.
I don't know, man. That's tough. That's wicked.
Yeah, man. I don't know how I feel about that either.
That's crazy.
That's definitely off topic, but
way off topic. I said no, but listen, let me jump back to the topic then. How about that?
Yeah, that's a good idea. We were about to go down a rabbit hole. I saw Snipe. Snipe didn't even know that boy was speechless. He wanted to go in right there.
Yeah, bro, because I listened to it today, and it was crazy. But what I will say to Uncle Dana is, why not have both? Like, why can't your fighter hold the monster in the middle of the ring, and they wear the Venom gear to the octagon or whatever, and still have their own sponsors on their shorts? Like, I always love the shorts. It was like I like that everyone had their own style. It was a part of them.
Bingo.
And yeah, it makes more money for Dana because it brings out who that fighter is, like the camo shorts we got, you know what I mean? Yeah. And shit like that. But it just brings out who the fighter is, like Chuck Liddell, the Iceman. When you think about UFC, real fans, about the Iceman shorts, like everyone.
One of the coldest shorts in UFC history.
Yeah, you could picture that in your head right now. Mike Ryan's gone. he's going to talk to Jake. He's going to talk to Jake. But I just don't understand why you can't have both, man. You know what I mean? Like, you have your own sponsors, but let them. Of course, these UFC guys, they're still getting sponsorships. They're still making all this money. They can bring their products to, the press conferences and stuff like that. But I just loved how it really defined each fighter when they were in the octagon. Like, could you imagine Sugar Sean O'Malley, like, this weekend with pink shorts on and fucking green fucking splatters,
colorful fucking shorts and stuff like that? Yeah.
It would just be like, it's just that extra little hump to, like, get people to love somebody. You know what I mean? We loved it. And I just think that you can have the best of both worlds.
100%. And I totally agree with both of you guys. I feel like, bro, let them fucking wear whatever they want. They want to wear fucking, Pizza Hut crap. If they want to wear Pizza Hut on their asshole, they want to fucking wear, I don't know, they want to wear whatever the fuck they want, bro. Just let them wear whatever the fuck they want. If they want to, I feel like you should let them choose, right? Yeah. Because if they don't have any sponsors, or they don't feel like their sponsors are paying them enough, wear the fucking Venom shorts, whatever. Wear the Venom gear on the walkout, and then you get to choose what shorts you want. If you want to promote Doritos and Lay's chips and fucking Oscar Mayer wieners all the fucking time, that's on you. You know what I mean?
I'll wear the Venom. I'll wear the Venom. Let me put patches on it. Listen, if there's a specific spot, I'll pay Venom. Pay me, me, Venom.
Right.
I'll fucking wear it. Just pay me.
I just feel like, to touch on what Jake said, it's just you're letting or giving the opportunity for the fighter to show their personality out on the octagon through what they're wearing instead of just what they're fighting. And I feel like that in itself would bring in more revenue for the UFC. And then fucking if Dana wants to fucking sign him on a 360 deal, said I need a piece, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you need your piece that bad, whatever. But ultimately, just giving them the no option of wearing any sponsor that they want is 100% taking money out of the fighter's pockets. And that's just isn't fair ultimately.
What about fighters who could promote like a charity, or like suicide prevention? You can't even put anything on.
Exactly.
Like, why not give them the option to do that? Even if nobody's making money, let me promote the Boys and Girls Club of Iowa so people fucking know about it.
Right.
No.
Right. Like I think the main problem right now is, especially, is of course, like I was saying to Sniper, that these fighters, for the most part, they all do have sponsors, right? And you could bring it to the press conferences and stuff like that. But the issue is like it's only the main fighters. It's only the big time fighters. Like a lot of the under guys, on the undercards and the prelims and the guys coming up who aren't making as much money. Yeah, I mean, who will have those corny ass fucking sponsors. You know what I mean?
But Jake, but think about this, right? You just said even the big fighters, right? But isn't it always funny how it's like Dustin Poirier's official UFC hot sauce, or Conor McGregor, the official drink of, like the UFC, right? It's always got the official UFC tag on it, and that's because Dana is getting paid off that, right? Like there's no ever. It's not just ever Dustin Poirier's really fucking good hot sauce. No, it's got to be. It's up here because it's the main hot sauce of the UFC.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, it costs a lot of money to get your sponsor on that octagon, right?
Right.
So I get it, but these guys are making crazy money off that stuff too. But it doesn't take away from the shorts though. Like that's what I said. Like even if you want to wear Venom walking up and you got to wear the gear, whatever, that's fine.
The Venom hoodie, the Venom sweats.
It even is like, yo, everyone is.
Or vice versa. What if you just wore your sponsorship on the way to the ring?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There could be a best of both worlds though. It doesn't.
Right.
Remember what happened to the banners that people used to have behind them with their sponsors and shit? Like, wasn't that a thing in the UFC a while ago too?
Listen, it just ultimately came down to Dana's like, yeah, fuck all that, scratch it.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Oh, we can probably talk about this all day, but I'm passionate about it, dude. It sucks.
No, and I hear you, man. Fucking maybe, who knows? Maybe the next year or two, next 5, in the near future at least, maybe Dana White is like, you know what, fuck it, let's bring back the sponsors.
Maybe they switch from Venom to fucking Happy Dad, bro.
maybe Jake's Falls team is correlating with Dana White.
No, here we go, right in the shadows, like fucking rats.
I fucking hate it. They're gonna be wearing full send trunks out there, bro.
Listen, we can talk about this shit all fucking day, but we got a lot to talk about. Primarily, one of the biggest cards coming up, UFC 293, Sterling O'Malley.
92.
And yeah, man, it's gonna be an interesting motherfucking card. We touched on it a lot last week, but there's a lot to break down about this card in general. So please stick around to hear about it. It's the Right Hook Pod. What up? No need for an introduction. You know who the 3 GOATs are right on the screen, and you know what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about UFC 293. Sean O'Malley.
293 or is it 292, Snipe?
293.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, let's see what's
292. Oh, this is gonna be one of the blooper moments. I like it.
UFC 292, baby. UFC 292. O'Malley versus Sterling, and this card is one of the most hyped up cards of the year, man. We've been waiting to see the clash of O'Malley versus Sterling for the longest time. O'Malley was definitely one of those fighters who, when they came into the UFC, big title potential, and the moment is here, right? You heard me and Jake talk about it last episode of the Right Hook Pod, but Mike Ryan is here now, so I just want to, toss it his way, let them chat, because it's a big card, man. So Mike Ryan, please.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm super excited. I feel like I'm a little disappointed in the matchmaking. I feel like there could have been like one more like stud fight, especially going to Boston for the first time in a while. So don't get me wrong. I love Ian Machado, Gary. I love that he's fighting on there. I like that Marlon's fighting on there. But I just feel like for Boston, like they could have came correct. But I really am excited for I'm really excited for O'Malley, man. I really am. And I'll tell you one thing. All I can get in my head is this. Aljo, I don't know if you guys have been watching the UFC Embedded, but every time I watch it, I just get the vibe that all he's going to do is try to take him down so quick. And it's like, you got to know O'Malley's preparing for that, right? You think he knows the kind of wrestler Aljo is. It's just this. Is Aljo is the man at wrestling, bro. I'm just nervous that Sean O'Malley is not ready for that. Jake, how do you feel, bro? Like when it comes to O'Malley training for Aljo's wrestling, is there a chance? Because fucking he made Cejudo look like a dork, and granted he's a little much older, but he's still a gold medalist, bro, or Olympic medalist.
That's a really good point. I mean, I've been jumping back and forth. The thing is this is one of them things, and even Sean O'Malley said it. Sean O'Malley said it. Sterling said it. This fight is no surprise to anyone. It's typical striker versus grappler. Yeah, I mean, and it's who is going to be better. My thing is Sterling going to be too grapple heavy, where he walks into something?
Yeah.
That my boy's gone.
Like
he's gone.
Actually, the question turned his back on you. What the hell?
He's a magician, but like Snipe. I mean, we talked about this too. It's like, is he gonna walk into something?
Yeah.
He's gonna try to grapple him, but does he?
Listen,
he never face someone with timing like O'Malley.
I hear you, man, and there was a podcast or a clip of O'Malley talking, and he was talking about this fight. He was basically saying, "Listen, life or death."
Oh yeah.
Can't let him grab me.
Nope.
Because if he grab, like we all know the strength differential between these two fighters. Mm-hmm. Fucking Aljo's a ripped demon, and Sean O'Malley's a stick figure. And yeah, ultimately it would come down to strength if Aljo ends up grabbing him. So he knows I can't let him grab me, and just the range that the boy has and the distance control that he has, like you said, he might come right up to a knee.
Yep.
And his fucking jaw will be at the top of his head.
How many times it just reminds me of like, it's like people always compare Sean, right, to Conor. Mm-hmm. And this fight is just one of them fights that it just reminds me so much of Conor. It just reminds me of that wrestling, that grappling versus striker matchup. And how many times did we see people would say time and time again, especially when Conor was coming up in that 145, I mean, he's not going to be able to stop him. He can't stop the wrestling. He can't stop the wrestling.
And then it pulls him.
All these guys walk into punches, man. And
and
the footwork that these guys have, and it's special. It's really precision and timing. Conor said it 1,000 times, that equals power. And when you got guys who are chasing after you, walking towards you, mm-hmm. You're gonna get hit. I can guarantee you this: O'Malley is going to hit him.
Yeah, he's gonna catch
him. Now, is it gonna be enough? Is it gonna be that perfect timing? Is the shot just gonna graze by? What is it gonna be? We don't know. Right. But you will see a little bit of both. I can see both of them. I could see O'Malley on the ground. Mm-hmm. How is he gonna react? And when O'Malley hits him, how is Sterling going to act? And we're going to see both. I'll tell you right now. This is no argument. And it's going to be who is better at their craft and who can do it at the right time.
And I feel like who can do it first. There's no way this goes to decision, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, unless Sterling can – I don't know if Sterling can take 5 rounds starting standing up.
Right.
Every round starts standing up.
Yes, sir. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and we talked about this before in our last pod. I've never seen O'Malley tired. So yeah. It's really one of those things. It's a fight for the ages, man. And especially when you got these fighters especially like Aljo, they're talking about one of the best ever in that division because he's beat everybody. You know what I mean? Guy who everyone thought that, was cheated, basically won the title and stuff like that, comes back, beats everyone. And now they're talking about maybe the greatest of all time. And then you got a guy like O'Malley, just like Conor, coming up out of nowhere, a striker,
rolls up.
Has the ability to kind of get him to react and land that perfect punch.
100%, man. And holy, is this going to be a motherfucking war? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because
I have been wrong before.
But listen, man, I'm definitely excited for this. And there's a bunch of other fights on this card that are very, very exciting. I know you want to touch on
Bro, listen,
Tito.
Uncle, listen. I do want to touch that, but since we're talking about O'Malley, real quick,
Mm-hmm.
what is Uncle Dana, man? How many times has he done this? Right? You put Sean O'Malley in the main event against Sterling, and then somehow you sneak in Cheeto, right?
Yeah.
Hard. Yeah, I mean, get the eyes on him. You're gonna see him fight first, especially if Cheeto goes out there and wins. Like, if he goes out there and catches a knockout, everyone is just gonna be more excited for that fight. I mean, how do you get more excited for the fight halfway through the card? Like, it's just insane. And that's just the promotion style that the UFC puts on, and they just sneak those things in there, man. And if Cheeto can get a win, and Sugar, say Cheeto gets a knockout, Sugar gets a knockout, it's automatically decided what's gonna happen. Because Sterling, we're not gonna see him in this weight division his next fight. I don't think win or loss.
Yeah, I think he moves up regardless. And yeah, man, if he takes a loss here though, it's definitely a fucked up way to move up to
It is.
featherweight. But nonetheless, should be a banger. But yeah, man, Marlon Cheeto Vera, he's going up against Pedro Munoz. Is this a scary matchup for him? Yes or no?
Scary.
Yeah,
it's a scary matchup for anybody. It really is. That fight that's gonna be a dog fight, man.
Yeah.
Right now, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's gonna be predominantly on the feet, I would imagine. And man, it's watching these two guys stand, two dogs just stand across from each other.
absolute psychos.
I mean, these guys are fearless. These guys are fearless, and they fight fearless, and that's why people love them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be great to see. I'm excited for that matchup for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And like Cheeto, his last fight against Sandhagen. I mean, shout outs to my boy Sandhagen. I'm riding him to the rules for off.
Yes,
Riding him to the rules for off. But he definitely fought a Cheeto that wasn't Cheeto, if that makes any sense. Like Cheeto wasn't really fighting how he could fight or how he does fight. He kind of just waited a bit too long to, turn the gas on and actually start doing anything within the octagon. And he noticed that mistake as soon as the fight was over. He knew he lost, and he knew that. Listen, that I don't know what the fuck happened. Just couldn't turn it on, but that's no excuse. Watch next time. And up against the fucking demon and Pedro Munoz, I think it's gonna bring it out of him, and we might see might see heads roll, man.
Oh yeah, your blood. Sure.
That's definitely another fight that I'm excited to watch. Real quick, I just wanted to touch real quick on Ian Gary fighting Neil Magny. He was supposed to fight Jeff Neal, and then Jeff Neal pulled out.
Yep.
And then now Neil Magny, stepped up to the plate and took the late notice matchup. My whole thing is, was it smart for Neil Magny to do that? My opinion, I think Ian's gonna dog walk him. Yeah, so Ian has the advantage on the feet, obviously.
Yeah.
But Neil Magny does have the experience, and Ian has kind of been, I don't know. I tend to shy away from fighters that, just take over this overly cocky persona. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing of being sure and confident in your abilities, and there's another thing to just be fucking absolutely a cocky bastard. This motherfucker said that he's carrying this card.
Well, the problem with Ian Gary I have is the same thing you have, but it's really that he brings it into the octagon, which scares me, because I think it's always, all the greats know how good they are, right?
Right.
And what they can accomplish. And you see that within Ian Gary. But the problem is he brings it into the octagon. He fights super cocky as if he can't get knocked out.
Right.
And he exposes himself time and time again. Like, every fight you see Ian Gary, he might be done. It might end up in a knockout, right? But there's times where you're like, this guy's going to get knocked out. Like, there's a solid chance that Ian Gary's going to get knocked out. He walks just face out at people, throws wild punches, you know what I mean? So against a vet, I can see Ian Gary is one of those guys who just, he's not primed yet.
Yeah.
So a guy so experienced, I just can see bad things happening in this one.
Yeah,
Really
this is definitely one to call him battle tested for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because like you said, bro, he fights as if he can't get knocked out, and I think either 2 or 3 fights ago, he got rocked
Bad.
and he almost tasted canvas. He somehow found a way to win because he's Ian Gary. I can't knock the man's ability to, you know what I mean, to move forward and find a way to win. But yeah, man, as like I don't know. But then again, flip side of the same coin, I just feel like Magny, like I don't know. I to me, he's washed. You know what I mean?
I mean, his last fights is like, is he gonna come in and look like the old, or is he gonna come in and look like
I think he's gonna come in and look old.
Yeah, I was about to say, is he gonna look old? You know what I mean? And we've been asking that question for a few fights now, and sometimes he comes in, he makes a splash, and he looks like, yeah, I mean, the old him, and there's other times where he just goes in there and he looks old. He looks like he does not belong in the UFC no more, and
like
that's why it is fun.
Right,
it is a fun fight because you just don't, with 2 guys, you don't know what you're gonna get. Ian Gary's gonna walk at him, throw wild strikes, and potentially knock him out cold, but also he might potentially get taken down and beat up.
Yeah, that's very true. And then also you got to think about the fact that Ian Gary wasn't training to fight a lengthy grappler. He was training to fight a stocky brawler.
Yep.
And Jeff Neal. And I wonder if the tactics in training camp is gonna adjust and be applied on this completely different fight that he's got going on. So we'll definitely see. Might keep him away from the parlay, but who knows? Maybe I'll have a couple 2-3 and start getting bold. And then real quick, I wanted to touch on the co-main event, the other title bout on this card, Weili Zhang versus Amanda Lemos for the UFC Women's Strawweight Championship. And I'm not gonna dwell on this too much. I'm not gonna talk too much about this because I in my heart of hearts know what's gonna happen. Weili's gonna fucking put her in a frying pan and make some sashimi with her and so forth because Weili's just too strong. Too strong. She could probably bench press me with her eyes closed eating a granola bar, kid.
If you ever wonder like how strong this girl really is, just go look up on YouTube. Look up her pick up Francis. I mean, she picked up Francis and it looked like completely effortless.
Like he was gonna burp him.
Oh, dude, she could have slammed Francis on his head, no problem. like no issue at all.
No issue. There wasn't much like. It's not like she like shot and like went all the way down and then like lifted with her legs. She picked him up like, come here, let me go for a hike real quick. You're my fanny pack.
Let me burp you,
bro. Wild. And just seeing the difference in height, like Weili might be the shortest person in the UFC, and then we got one of the tallest in the UFC, fucking big behemoth, 293 pounds walking around, just fucking doish.
Yep.
And holy, bro. So yeah, just that strength alone going up against, you know, I don't want to take nothing away from Lemos' strength either, because she definitely has power in her hands, but it's not enough. It's not enough against Magnum, man. She's different. First of all, Weili has 11 knockouts, 8 submissions. She's only been knocked out once. We all know how that happened.
The GOAT.
What you said. The woman's headshot dead.
Yep. See you.
But it is what happened. And the only time she lost twice in her career. And those only times was against her.
Yep.
Was against Doug Rose. And after that, she was like, yeah, no more losers. No more losing for me. And she's just shown levels above the competition. And then Lemos also had that, she lost by the first ever UFC standing arm triangle against Jessica Andrade. You lose something like that, you're not beaten, man.
I mean, when you're going into a UFC fight and your only hope is to make it an absolute dogfight, we see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time where people go in and you just know that technically they're not on the same level, and the only shot they have is to make it a dogfight. That works sometimes, not against any champions ever.
Right.
It's never gonna work, and that's the only shot Lemos really has is to make it a dogfight, and it's just not. I don't see it happening. I mean, Weili Yang is a robot. She is AI.
AI for real.
For real. It should be Weili AI. Yeah, that's what it should. She's a straight robot, dude. You watch it, and she's like, but also like, what I love about her is how she's changing, like evolving. You know, she was really a strike heavy, going there almost like a Muay Thai style, and she's really because a lot of I think she trained at Tiger Muay Thai, right, in Thailand
for a little bit, yeah.
So you just see that you see them hard leg kicks, the body kicks, the combinations. You know what I mean? Almost resembling like a Fiziev and that Muay Thai style. But you really started to see her take on that grappling, and really, she is one of those people that she obsesses over something, which that's what makes people great. When you can really obsess over your craft, and you just see that in her. And when she took on grappling and her strength, you mix that with technique. I mean, she's a tough matchup for absolutely anybody.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
I agree. She's just fucking well-rounded, all-around fucking savage, and I can't wait to see Weili pop her head off like a fucking lemon, kid.
Probably going to.
Listen, we got one more thing we want to talk about: the return of our boy Chris Weidman. Stick around for that. It's the right hook. We back, and we just wanted to touch real quick, man, because this is pretty important, man. We got the return of Chris Weidman. He's been out for quite some time. He fought Uriah Hall, and unfortunately, he had his leg snapped like a Twix. We don't know if it's the left one or the right one. And one of the most brutal things I've seen live. Well, I wasn't there live, but I've seen it on a live broadcast, and one of the most brutal things I've seen. And it sucks to watch that happen to a fighter, and especially in like the first fucking 30, 45 seconds of the fight off of another return.
No, it was tough. I mean, I was lucky enough to be at that event in Jacksonville. That was the first. Yep, that was the first one back after COVID, so it was absolute banger. I mean, our girl Weili was on that card again, which is hopefully I just thought about that. So hopefully nothing bad happened. That might be a little sketchy there, but but man, when I tell you, I was the first seat above the champion tunnel, and when I tell you it's close, it's still first level. You know what I mean, pretty close, maybe like 13 rows back, I think, from about the cage or something like that. And I tell you, it didn't matter if you were all the way back in the nosebleeds. I mean, you heard that fucking leg snap. I mean, everyone knew it immediately. It went to everyone, to complete silence. I mean, a guy who was really a first ballot Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah.
Who beat Anderson Silva in his prime, to go out and watch that happen to him, especially after what happened with Anderson Silva when he did the same thing against Chris Weidman.
Curse,
bro. Like that. It's a matrix, man. It really
glitch in the system for real.
So sometimes you feel like you're living in a simulation with this shit, but it happened. You know, for that to kind of recircle and happen to him, it was definitely crazy. And we're gonna see how he takes it. It's gonna be wild. But I'm glad he's doing it close to home.
Right. So we all know the unfortunate. Just spoke about the unfortunate circumstance. Do you think the leg holds up? Because he said the first thing he's gonna do is just fucking kick him as hard as he could with the fucking same leg, because you gotta face your fears, bro. And if he does come out and do that, tipping my hat to the guy, bro, because fuck no. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do no shit like that. And if he goes and does it and the leg holds up, he might just win.
Yeah, oh, he might. I mean, he is the man who has surprised the world time and time again, right?
Mhm.
And so it's at a point where can we be surprised again? I mean, it's Chris Weidman, right? This is what he does. But what I will say is he gonna go out there and kick him as hard as he can? He did say he was gonna. I mean, the last time he
Yeah.
tried, it didn't work out. Would I
Right.
do? No. But is he gonna hold up? It is his back leg. So if he does decide to protect it just a little bit, I do see him throwing it, of course. But if he does to kind of protect it a little bit, it's not gonna be at the forefront of calf kicks and stuff like that. So I think he will be fine as long as that thing does hold up. I think he can protect it, even if it does get a little hurt or sore. Yeah, I mean,
Right. So my last question, I guess, about this one is, let's say the leg does stay healthy. How much longer do you think he has in the UFC? Do you think he has another title run in his in his shit, or is this kind of like he got like a couple, 2, 3 more fights and then he's hanging them up?
I just, like I said, he's the man of many surprises, right? So you can never count the guy out. There's a lot of stuff coming from camp that you know, looks better than he ever has and all that stuff, but we hear that every day. I just don't see him competing for a title. I do see, getting he's a big name,
Mm-hmm.
maybe putting another couple big names and putting on a couple more great fights. I just don't know if they're gonna be title worthy.
Right.
Never know.
Fair enough.
What do
Fair
you
enough.
think?
Yeah, no, I do agree with you. He may pose as like the new gatekeeper per se for the
Yeah.
middleweight division for however long that he is in the UFC. But I don't see longevity in his career anymore, unfortunately. Very exciting fighter to watch. He beat, like you said, beat Prime Anderson Silva and won the championship. So he is a title champion, and a lot more respect needs to be put on his name. So, with that being said, hopefully he does have another title run, but realistically, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, man. Excited for it though. Excited to see his return. I'm so excited for this fucking card, man. I can't wait.
This is this.
I got a wedding, man. I got a wedding this Saturday, so my ass gonna be in the back at the table, cell phone. You know what I mean? Don't talk to me, nothing like that. I'll be in the back. I'm probably gonna be off the drink a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a couple 2, 3 won't hurt.
My own little party. I got a couple UFC heads that are gonna be there with me,
Mm-hmm.
watching it. Yeah, I mean, then we'll party afterwards. But it's gonna be a fun weekend, man, and I am excited.
Yeah, man. I fucking listen. Have a couple 2, 3 for me. Weddings are so fucking fun, man. So I'm definitely hyped for you. So listen, before we get out of here, I just wanted to bring up a couple things. So I wanted to not actually touch on, just real quick, throw out the RFPs real quick. So for Cheeto Vera versus Pedro Munoz, I got Cheeto, bro.
Cheeto, baby. Let's go.
100% got Cheeto. Don't disappoint me, you fuck. The next one up, we got Damon Blackshear, Mario Batista. Damon Blackshear fought last week, and he's fighting again this week. Fucking dog, fucking savage. He gave the UFC its third twister ever. Gotta put respect on his name. Don't matter, Mario's gonna kill him because those turnovers never really end right? Like you fight one week, then you fight the next week. You think they're gonna carry that same momentum? Nah, dog. It just doesn't happen that way. And I think Mario's gonna crunch him. Unfortunately,
not a lot of Hamzats in the UFC.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so Damon, love you, respect you. You're a fucking dog. You won me a lot of money last weekend. You're getting crunched, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Neil Magny and Ian Gary. I do have my money on Gary on this one because just you know what I'm saying. Just overall, Neil has the experience, but in my eyes, he's a bit washed, and Gary has enough cockiness to fucking be crazy enough to do something to end the fight. So I'm just gonna.
If you want to win some money, put out Magny. I think if there's a draw, you know what I mean, where you get that percentage and you can really make some dough on a fight, I think Magny can really pull this one off. I think he has a really, really good chance to pull that one off.
You heard it here first. You lose your money, I'll dox his address. Don't worry, I got you. So fucking, we got the co-main event. we already know where I'm going. We got Weili Lemos. Weili's gonna crunch her.
Yeah.
See you later. Sorry, fucking end still. And then we got Sterling O'Malley, and yeah, man, I think O'Malley gets it. I think O'Malley gets it done.
I can't go away from my heart on this one, so I got to go with my boy O'Malley. Yeah, I mean, the Sugar Show. Go out there, show out, baby. Let's get it. But, man, that one's a toss-up. So
yeah, it's not going to be an easy fight.
Don't put too much money on that one.
Yo, no. Fucking $2 in a fucking Klondike bar. You know what I'm saying? Well, listen, this has been episode 9 of the Right Hook Pod. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, baby, we out of here.
Yo, two double champs, bro. One
for
card.
300, yeah.
That would be absolutely fucking insane. Send it to Dana White, dude. We need at least those 2 fights.
It has to happen, bro. Figure it out, dude.